I'm a savage.
Next.
I'm that bitch. Yeah.
All right, viewers. Unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties. Difficulties with the programming, honey. I do apologize. I want y'all to come back and get back into the morning show. Like I said, this is new. This is a new process. Bring me back on the screen. This is something new. Like I said, trials and tribulations, child. I apologize for the lack of, but we are back and we are live and we are in color. Like I said, with anything that you do, you have to get better. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and continue the morning show. All right, like I was saying, let's go ahead and get back into some things. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. We're going to go ahead and get into it. Now, we were talking before we were really interrupted, child. We were talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion will be kicking off virtually this Sunday, May 10th, only on Bravo. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get into some things. Now, let's go ahead and get into it. So, this is the preview of the reunion. So, I want to play a little snippet of it.
Whatever I want it to be. You just want to say that plum and try to turn it into a peach, and nobody's going to help you today. You've not been. I was on the red carpet. You were trying to get on when I met you, sweetheart. Nobody cares about you being on carpet. 17 years ago. Been on it. You didn't save $17.
Yes, been on the cover of magazines.
Nobody cares. You were broke when you came to Atlanta. I've been on the cover of magazines. Since when? All you can talk about is top model, and that was the last time you was on top. You're a freshman, bitch. Remember that.
And you're you're a grad student, double time.
A lot of us are your elders.
Respect your elders. 2003, sweetheart. You didn't have a camera in 2004, sweetheart.
You're done. Go back to LA and lick the bottom.
All right.
You were out there.
Okay. Moving on.
Are those the ones that sent you to the outskirts of Atlanta?
To stay on top.
Okay.
Well, they went on mute. No, y'all did not.
Whatever. Yeah. And then that was just a little glimpse of this, but I'm not gonna really get too much into this, but let's get into it. So in this clip right here, you see Portia and Cynthia.
Text from Kenya to you.
Yes.
Dogging me out, trying to take me out while Kenya and I have been friends. I don't believe that. I just don't believe that.
Show that text.
I'll send it to you, Andy, but I'll ask you not to publish it because I don't want to do Kenya like that.
What are we talking about? I'm going to text you, someone who's not my friend, about my friend.
Send me the screenshot.
Fake friend.
Wow.
Yeah.
I need another drink for this tea.
Cynthia. She ain't your friend.
Send it to all of us. Since you want to talk about, I'm talking about being a friend.
All right.
You're a horrible friend with your fake receipts, but you look cute.
Portia, send the screenshot of that text message to Cynthia and I.
No problem.
No problem, boo. You better let them know, Portia. All right, child. Now, we're going to get into some things on the morning show. Now, I'm a little bit more open on the morning show. Now, I do have the option to where if you want to Skype in and you want to talk, if you want to video chat, you want to call in the show and see what is good. So, we're going to keep the show rolling. So, let's bring in two of the most funny people in the world to me. Let's go ahead and bring up this next story. So this next story, child, this next story is Katrina Sour Harper versus Kaya Thug Mrs. All right, y'all. So if y'all know, the people want to see a battle. Now, the people want to see a battle. Now, Kaya wants to do a battle with Trina. Kaya wanted to do a battle with Trina, and this is what she had to say.
Yeah, because you know they did the verses tonight with him and Babyface.
So what they doing? They singing or they just playing their songs? I don't know what's going on. What are they doing? Are they singing or they just playing their hits?
No, they're just playing their records. So they're battling back to back with their records, like previous records.
I want somebody to do. Who want to try me like that? Who?
Trina. Trina.
Can't Trina talk? You want to have a hit battle? Oh, Lord. I got 285 hits to put on your ass. So who won?
Her back, Queen.
Who won?
Additionally, Queen, yeah, because you know they did the verses tonight with him and Babyface.
So what they doing? They singing or they just playing their songs? I don't know what's going on. What are they doing? Are they singing or they just playing their hits?
No, they're just playing their records. So they battling back to back with their records, like previous records.
I want somebody to do. Who wants to start me like that?
Okay, then Trina. So Trina responded. So Trina has responded, and this is what she had to say.
Everybody knows me. I'm a queen. This is called royalty over here, okay? I'm not stepping off my throne to address no bum, no chicks that are beneath me, and nobody that has not worked as hard as I worked for anything. So when you girls or whatever you want to be are calling my name, you want to battle, you want to do all this, first of all, make sure you have 10 hits. Make sure you have enough records. Make sure you're on my level if you think you want to go toe-to-toe with me, because you cannot, okay? Let's make that very clear. So everybody knows me. I'm a queen. This is called royalty.
What else she say? I know she said a lot more. She was saying scumbags and woo child. I'm here for the mess. Now let's see what y'all talking about in the comments. Hold on. It says I'm here for the mess. It says, come on, Michelle. Oh, I call her Michelle. Micheline. My bad, girl. All right, y'all. We gonna keep the show rolling because, like I said, the show must go on. Now, a lot of people on this next topic now, a lot of people were talking about Tyra Banks. Now, let's just go ahead and type her name up, because she's getting a lot of heat from social media, and a lot of people are bringing up old clips. Let's go ahead and pull up this article anyway. All right, it says the internet wants Tyra Banks to answer her problematic America's Next Top Model behavior. All right, it says in 2003, the first season of America's Next Top Model aired on UPN, hosted by Tyra Banks. The reality competition gathered aspiring models from around the country and endeavored to make them into the next generation of stars to storm the fashion scene. Fans were obsessed with the glitz and glamour of the series, even more so the drama that unfolded behind the scenes. Catfights, emotional meltdowns, and shade from judges were as central to the show as modeling itself. It says, with the endless free time now we have, courteous of the global pandemic, many people are rewatching the modeling series like many of the project from the early 2000s. However, America's Next Top Model didn't exactly age well. Unfortunately, America's Next Top Model just doesn't hit like it used to, and it's because we're realizing how problematic the show was and its hosts were back in the day. Now, many of us were just kids when the show first began, so we didn't quite understand the nuisance of what we were seeing, but as adults, it's not looking so good. And if you ask the internet, Banks is the culprit. So these are a few tweets that they pulled up. It says, America's Next Top Model / Tyra Banks commentary aged badly, and that's the honest truth. We were kids when we were watching this, so we weren't aware of what's being framed to us. Watching those clips now, she definitely violated, and she did it a lot. It says, why was this allowed to air? What the Tyra Banks is going straight to hell. Yada, yada, yada. Pull the tweet up. Let's see. Let's see what the people have to say.
So, Danielle, you went to the dentist, but you refused to have your gap closed. Do you really think you can have a CoverGirl contract with the gap in your mouth?
Yeah, why not?
This is all people see. It's easy to reach beautiful CoverGirl. It's not marketing.
Okay, but I don't want to completely close it.
Well, I guess she just left the gap wide open for another girl, baby.
I agree. I don't see any...
What they say?
Well, I guess she just left the gap wide open for another girl, baby.
I agree. I don't
Now,
see
she did respond. Now, I will have to go back to the shade room, but she did respond. Now, the person that she was talking about in particular, now, Tyra is getting a lot of heat. She is getting a lot of heat from a lot of people on social media, people in the comments. Still can't believe I looked up to Tyra Banks. We were young and educated on the topics of beauty and diversity. We believed beauty was what the media told us. Tyra Banks was an advocate for Western beauty, and she brainwashed a lot of young girls. We wasted our teenage times watching shows like America's Next Top Model. It says, okay, it's not marketable, but according to who? Okay, they pull receipts. All right, let's go to the shade room. Matter of fact, let's go back to the article and let's go here because she stepped out. She came out. I don't know if it was on here or the shade room. Teens, give me just 1 second, you guys. Here we are. We got it. So, she spoke out. So, she spoke out and she said what she had to say. All right. So, it says, Danny Evans speaks on America's Next Top Model and explains on the resurfaced clip that focused on her gap. Now,
if I wanted to close my gap, nah, bruh. Super cool. I'm super secure in my gap. Of course, like any other kid, I'd be lying to you if I said I grew up loving my long neck, my jawbone, and my gap. I did not. I hated it all. I used to cry and ask my mother for braces. We couldn't afford braces. What did my mother say to me? She reminded me that my two grandmothers, who I absolutely adored, had gaps. They're queens. You're just like your grandmothers. You know what? I learned to accept and love my gap. So on Top Model, when they wanted to close it, I was like, nah, fam, I'm good. Cut to, we're now in elimination. So I go forward. Tyra's like, why didn't you get your gap closed? I'm like, huh? She's like, I told you to get your gap closed. I'm like, no, you didn't. She looks off camera right to production, which none of you guys ever see. I look off stage, camera right to production. Kim Mott gives me one of these. In that moment, I knew what was happening. I knew that I was basically set up and not being told that Tyra wanted to close my gap. Nah, bruh. And not being told that Tyra wants me to get my gap closed so that it's good for TV, right? So in that moment, the 19, 20-year-old Danielle stood there realizing that it was my one-way ticket out on this side or keeping my gap on this side and going back to Little Rock, Arkansas. What you think I'm gonna choose, fam? So Tyra says to me, if I send you back to the dentist, will you get your gap closed? And I meet her with another question. So what you're saying to me is, if I tell you no, then you're gonna send me home tonight. Me and Tyra went and did that whole fiasco about 2 or 3 times, which you guys saw none of that on TV. What you saw is me coming up with a compromise saying that I'm okay with you closing it some of the way, but not all of the way. Let me explain something to you. The family that I come from, a family of hustlers, a family of go-getters, and not being told that Tyra wants me to get my gap closed.
Now, I think that was it. Now, this is what they were just, the same clip that I just showed, but basically just saying she couldn't get a contract without her closing her gap. All right, so next, I don't know if that was it, but let's propose these next two. I'm glad these things fall in correlation. Look at God. All right, so the Democrats proposed a new bill that would give frontline healthcare workers student loan forgiveness. Now, I got some things to say about these checks, and I'm going to get into a few little politics, but really, that's it. So it says, a new bill has been proposed from the frontline workers that would forgive student loan debt. It says, introduced by New York Rep. Carolyn B. Maloney, the Student Loan Forgiveness for Frontline Healthcare Workers Act, for Frontline Health Workers Act, would consist of a program that would forgive federal and private loans obtained to receive medical and professional training held by healthcare workers who made significant contributions to COVID-19 patients. This comes after the viral pandemic has put a strain on the healthcare industry. I think they should pass it. Y'all think they should pass it? Hit a thumbs up. Y'all think they shouldn't pass it? Now let's get into some other things. Now back on this, Joe Biden. Let me get into this real quick. Now this is what I was talking about before the first episode, the first live stream got cut out. Now he said the video is clear. Ahmaud Arbery was killed in cold blood. My heart goes out to his family who deserve justice and deserves it now. It is time for a swift, full, and transparent investigation into his murder. As I told you guys, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation is looking to investigate the death shooting and to investigate the shooting death of Ahmaud Arbery as protesters gather outside Georgia State Capitol. District Attorney suggests Ahmaud Arbery case heads to grand jury after a video, and then the video surfaced as he was shot down by two armed men. Now, I just want to say this, that I'm not going to be a part of any political pawn to get a vote. What I will say is be mindful that these people will do, say, and trigger any type of emotion, because that's how black people are. Now bring me back on the screen because I'm going to hurt some feelings. Now I'm about to hurt some feelings and I'm about to trigger some people. Now, I'm about to wrap it up because we got to go. But what I will say is this. Every 4 years, they pander to black people. They pander off the emotions. And they've been doing it way longer before. They pander off the emotions of black people because they know we're emotionally. Of course, the first thing we read is black men shot by two unarmed white men. That triggers emotions off the rip. And now we're in a political race now to where everything is really about to start happening with these politicians and with politics in general. So what I will say is be mindful, but black people, use your third eye. When a black man gets shot down in the street, what happens? So I don't want to protest no more. I don't want to be in the street. Until y'all are ready to have that conversation, we can't move forward, because that would have been the other way around with any other race. With any other race, they would have went to war behind something. They would have went to war. But black people, we not ready to unite and go against the system. But all I will say is I believe in stand your ground, and I believe in the Second Amendment. So black people out there, if you ain't got no felonies, if you ain't crazy in the head, not even just black people, but people in general, go and get you a gun. Protect yourself. We living in the last days, and I'm telling you, this corona stuff is not going anywhere. Protect yourself. I'm going to protect my domain. I suggest you do the same. A bullet goes both ways. So you may shoot at me, but you shooting at me, but I'm shooting right back at you. And I just had to make that very clear, because it's like black people love screaming Black Lives Matter. They love screaming Black Lives Matter, or get in the street. We want justice. We want justice. You know when it's a pawn when they pull Al Sharpton out of the woodworks. All of this to me is just to make this man president. Now, I don't care what I said. I don't care if y'all don't like what I said, but at this very time, they're pandering to black people, and I would tell black people to stay in the house, because at the end of the day, they're not, the people at the country clubs and stuff are not going out right now. So let's be mindful. The country club's not open. When they open up the golf courses in the country clubs and stuff, that's when I'll go back on. But y'all want to open up the barbershops in the mall and stuff where y'all know we're predominant people of color. I know what's going on. But next case, we're going to move forward. And I think that's it. I think that is it. All right, y'all. So let me wrap up with what I was saying about Tyra Banks. All right, so I got off track. But with Tyra Banks, the whole Tyra Banks situation, I just feel that Tyra Banks, it's been years. Like, y'all should have canceled her. Y'all have passed the statute of limitation to cancel Tyra Banks. Because if y'all were going to cancel her, y'all should have canceled her like 10 years ago. y'all should have canceled her like 10, 12 years ago. But now y'all want to pull up old clips and old videos and demand. Like, we live in this cancel culture. And it's the new wave of technology. And it's this new wave of social media people. And it's like, every time y'all get upset, y'all want to cancel people. We live in such a sensitive time to where everybody is so damn sensitive. You can't even say nothing online now without people getting offended and reporting or, so y'all just live your life. At the end of the day, Tyra Banks living her life, still collecting her residual checks. So I'm not going to cancel her. I'm not going to let y'all drag a black woman. But one last thing, let's go ahead and pull up the, let me pull up something. Hold on, on my documents. Bloop. Hold on, y'all, real quick. Let me pull up something. I was trying to pull up the iTunes store. I'm doing the most now. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. What I did want to say was Nicki Minaj, iTunes store. Let's go to the iTunes store real quick. Let's go to the charts real quick. Because Nicki and Doja, hold on. I can't never find that thing. All right, you guys. So I guess I was finna go to the iTunes charts. Basically, Nicki Minaj and Doja Cat are basically at the top of the charts. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm all over the place. All right, so let's go to the iTunes charts really quick. All right, so this website right here hasn't changed it, but as of right now, Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj and Doja Cat are number 1. Matter of fact, bring me back here. All right, we're back. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up, so I'm gonna show y'all my phone real quick. I just want to talk music news. Chris Brown just dropped the album. Let me see, because I got some new tunes. I'm going to get into New Music Friday. So Friday, we're going to get into some new music. So right now, what I'm listening to the Say So remix by Nicki Minaj and Doja Cat. Matter of fact, let me pull that up. iTunes. Let me show y'all real quick. And I'm wrapping it up. Y'all can go ahead and... So the people that don't want to tune into this last part, y'all can go ahead and wrap it up. All right, so let's go to the charts. So on the charts right now, Nicki Minaj, if I can see that. Nicki Minaj is number 1. Nicki Minaj and Doja Cat is number 1. Ooh. I don't know if y'all can see it. Y'all see it? And Savage is number 2. Come on, girls! The girls is... Hold up. But let me go. I bought this like 4 times, but I'm gonna buy it again. Hold on, let's show y'all. Okay, so let's see right here. Basically, let me buy it again. I bought it again. It says, you already purchased this, would you like to buy it again? Buy. Bloop, bloop. We buying it again. We buying Say So. So for the real barbers that's out there, make sure y'all are streaming Say So and make sure that y'all, I think I could play a little bit of it without copyright. Okay, copyright infringement, y'all. All right, but my girl Beyonce and Megan Thee Stallion. I didn't say Megan Thee, I said Megan Lee because you got a Thee Stallion. All right, and Savage. I'm gonna buy Savage again one more time. I've been bought this like 4 times. Say purchased, as y'all see, purchased, because we support our faves over here. We don't just. It won't even let me buy it again. That's how many times I've been bought it. All right, y'all. What y'all talking about in the comments? We're gonna wrap the show up. Let's see. All right, y'all. I think that's it. That's all I want to say. I hope everybody is having a great day. I wanted to start. Like, my furniture in my apartment will be here shortly. My office will be set up. My studio will be set up in there. My castle will be set up in there. But anyway, y'all, I will be trying to keep up to date with what's going on with these celebrities. But let me just tell y'all, let me speak a little life. We're gonna wrap it up. You have to know who you are as a person. You have to know where you're going as a person. Let this quarantine continue to push you to be greater. Yeah, plan. Stay in the house, wash your hands. Be great. All right, y'all. Make sure that you follow me. This has been TajTV in the Morning Show. Make sure that you follow me on all social media right there. Cash at me right there. At me right there. Email me right there. I love everybody that supports me. Patreon coming soon. A lot of things coming up. I'm going to give y'all a little tour of my apartment. I got that video that I got to edit today, actually. Mukbangs, cooking, dating, drinking games, all of that in the works. Just stay tuned. Stay messy, not too messy, but with just a little bit of shade. And make sure you follow me. And make sure you tell a friend to subscribe, okay? All right, y'all. Until we meet again for another video, this is TajTV signing out.
I'm a savage.
Next
I'm that bitch.